What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Collins with Diambo on this great Friday evening, man. I'm so happy for everybody who's tuning in, who's going to watch this video at this moment or any other moment. Let me just say thank you in advance. So let me wait out for Aero Local to come through. Have to find a way on how to maintain our mindsets in the right place during this coronavirus, because if you are always finding peace on the basketball court or when you're working out, and right now you can't meet your friends, you can't work out, it can be hard. So I thought it wise to share this live session with anybody who will be live, so that they can share the experiences, they can share what they are doing to overcome these stresses and anxiety. And I'm so happy that Okal, my brother, is already in the building, and we're going to be discussing some of the things he's doing to make sure that his mindset is on the right path, that he's staying positive, that he's staying healthy, and maybe some things that we've learned about ourselves, what we miss mostly about the game and all this stuff. And hopefully by the end of this live session, we'll have some ideas on what we can do. And maybe if you have any ideas, remember, you can join us and you can share your own ideas. So let me bring on Errol Carl right now. That is my friend. He's also a basketball player, plays in the national team. And yes, Joelin Saruni, thanks so much for joining. Yes, let us wait for Errol Carl. But in the meanwhile, let me... Yeah, brother, what's up?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing? I hope you can hear me
I'm
though.
You can hear me?
Yeah, but my network today is having sort of problems, but I can hear you. I will try.
That's good, man. That's good, man. I'm so happy to have you, man. And
Yeah.
I see guys are joining. Tony Kilove, that was my friend from high school,
Hmm.
to joining. Now, somebody saying here, Guli saying, ati anaitwa doctor tibu corona ban.
uh,
Inabidi umenitafutia.
hii hii corona haitaki madaktari kama sisi. This one needs the scientists.
Man, we just praying for them that they get a
Yeah.
solution. We move past this, because this is a huge one, man. Especially mentally. Like, you wake up in the morning, you are like, it's a great morning, and then you remember,
You have to
coronavirus, my
stay
friend.
indoors.
Yeah. Uh, I saw there's an article about you staying
Yeah.
indoors.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I have to bring this guy on if he's available. So I wanted to know,
Uh-huh.
like, so how are you staying positive, man? How, in fact, first of all, how have you been?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm actually doing very well right now. Staying indoors makes you realize that you have so many talents, man. You have so many talents. I've even started shooting papers into the trash can.
We're on the same page on that, man. We're on the same page. I'm even thinking of creating like a hoop outside our house,
Yeah,
because we live like on the, like, to create like a hoop, just to do something, but at least we do some workout. But I understand, especially if you are really playing the game, if you love the
yeah.
game, it's
It's
hard times, because
difficult.
man, like in the evening, especially for you, man, like you are a pro. So you
Yeah.
wake up, you have to go work out. Maybe in the evening, you have to come again and work out. Some even
Uh-huh.
wondering, like, do you have access to even a basketball court, or you're just staying at home?
There's no access to any basketball court over here. We have to stay home. The government has shut down every sporting facility. There is nowhere where people can gather in a group of three or four. The maximum is two. So you can't have more than two people gathering at some place. If you do that, you will see the police coming at you. So It's a crazy situation. Yeah.
Man, it's so crazy. But you're still praying, man. You're still staying safe, staying clean, and
Yeah.
hopefully find ways. But another thing I wanted to know from you, man, and then maybe I'll share
Uh-huh.
my own, is how are you spending your day? Because right now you're mostly indoors. Like maybe in a nutshell, how are you spending your day when you wake up? What do you do? Because now routines have to change by force.
Well, I decided to change the way the way I do things right now. Because before I used to wake up early, like 7 in the morning, and then I used to have a team workout around 9:30 to 11:30. But now
Mhm.
things are different because now the whole day there's nothing I can do, so I tend
Mhm.
to sleep during half of the day. So I wake up around 1, which is 3 p.m. Kenyan time. And then
Mhm.
when I wake up, I will have like my lunch and breakfast. So it's like brunch. And then I will have the lunch is like the dinner. So it kind of
Yeah.
I shorten the days and stay up during
Mhm.
the night and just enjoy movies, work out, and all that. But it's hard for me. It's hard for me. The only thing that I can do apart from sitting around is maybe uh, cook and work out. Other than that, it's just sleep, walk around the house. I've even known some corners in this house that I never even used to know. Yeah, they have some
Discovery.
corners. Yeah, they have some corners I've never been to in this house, and I just realized. Yeah,
Yeah, man, that is true, man. For me,
yeah,
man, it's been a matter of adjusting. And
yeah,
for me, especially since I have a young kid, a young kid
yeah.
who's 7 months right now,
7 months
and I
old.
think 7 months old now.
Yeah.
She's called Ashley. So I'm with Ashley and her
Mhm,
mom, my wife. So
mhm.
I have to change. When you are alone, it's a little bit different. But now when the
Yeah.
family is now, you have to like make serious adjustments. For me, what I normally do is I'll wake up like really early in the morning to do
Hmm.
stuff. There's some
Hmm.
media that I'm managing for some clients. And wake
Yeah.
up maybe sort. I want to read. I wake up
Hmm.
and read in the morning. And the other thing that I do in the morning is meditate. So
Yeah.
I'll
It's good.
early
It's
in the
good
morning.
for your mental health. Very
Yes,
important.
yes.
Yeah.
Really important. And the funny thing about meditation, I think at times you confuse meditation for something that is so serious that maybe I don't know, you have to
Hmm.
sit in what position, you have to be thinking about what.
Hmm.
But what I've come to learn, the easiest way, and by the way, this can be, somebody can use this from today. You can
Hmm.
start meditating today, especially with all everything that is happening. You need to spend some time alone to create some space in your mind just to remain calm, just to remain like peaceful. Because if you're always allowing all this negative information to come through, you understand it's
Yeah.
the reality in this
Yeah.
crisis, but so much negative information and false information running around. People are just sharing whatever they find. So if you're not able to control that and you're just allowing everything to come into your mind,
Hmm.
then you need to be more stressed. Because this is the thing. Me, I got a post on a WhatsApp, one of our
Yeah.
WhatsApp groups.
Yeah.
Said really know what you're supposed to do. Basically, the social distancing, staying
Hmm.
clean, all this stuff, supposed to
Yeah.
cough and all this. And then the main one was staying home as much as possible, which is what we're
Yeah.
doing. All this other information doesn't really help, especially if you are reading it and sharing it, talking about it. It doesn't help. But if you have groups where you talk about maybe a book that you're reading, maybe
Hmm.
new, doing something like this, maybe sharing some workouts that you can do from home, just
Hmm.
something positive, connecting with your family members, video calling them, and just talking about good old times and all these things. I think
Hmm.
it is better. And it's really important if you can find time to meditate, and it's very
Yeah.
simple down, close your eyes, and let whatever comes to your mind come and go. Don't like try to control it and everything. That is the simplest form of meditation. You can even meditate for 2 hours. You can even meditate for 10 minutes, for 5 minutes, whatever. But it's
But it
important. So
helps.
it helps, man. It helps. Even even when you're preparing for games, it
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah, it does help. Kind of like put you in the zone. It really helps.
Yes.
I've tried that once in a while, and I think it's a
Mm,
really good thing for me right now to kind of do it right now in this situation because it's gonna like make me maintain my sanity, and that's
yeah.
a huge thing right now. It's a huge thing.
It's a huge thing. It's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Now I see some guys have joined. Let me just say hi to some guys who've joined. Ezekiel, thank you so much for joining. Young
Hmm.
Koshin, thank you so
Young
much.
cushion.
Koshin,
Yeah, he's
you
my
know him, right?
boy. Yeah, he plays for the Somali national team. Shout out to you, my man. Shout out.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice. Thank you so much for joining us, man. I see we talked about Gulia Magawo. Thanks so much for joining. Tony Kilove, my high school mate. Thank you for
Hmm.
joining. Who else do we have? Barry Blacks. That is,
Hey, Barry Blacks. They said the
eh?
government said watu wanyoe ndevu. Wamesema tunyoe ndevu. He is the president of the beard gang.
Yes, we have um, we
The
have
beard gang.
Ruti Ru. Thank you so much for joining us.
Uh-huh.
Miss
Shout out
Kano,
to Ruti Roo.
right? Thanks so much for joining us. We have who else? Ledisha Jelimo. Thank you so much. Danny Mbugwa. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for joining us. Remember, guys, if you have some ideas or something you want to share, please request to join us live and we'll have you on. Now, the other thing is what I can share is listening to some good music that has worked for me. And what is mainly working for me is listening to the music that I enjoyed before, like when I was young, essentially. So
Oh,
I have to go back to the 90s,
you're turning back the clock, huh?
songs and
The hands of time.
good days, and I think it works. So you can use that, by the way. Just remember that you can listen to that. There's some guys who
Hmm.
are now reading books. Okay, if you are reading any book, by the way, right now, please share it in the comment section below. For me, I'm reading The Illusion of Money by Kylie Seeds. It's a very good book. I see some guys watching basketball games. Like I saw guys posting about watching the 2000 NBA
The
final games.
finals. Yeah.
These are great things, to keep us going. So if there's anything you're doing just to keep on going, if you're watching movies, please share it in the comment section below so that we can try them. Okay. Now the other thing that I wanted to talk about is our fitness, man. No, now we can't train. So is there anything that you're doing specifically, especially for you that are a professional basketball player? What are you doing to just to keep yourself fit?
Fitness, there's no way that you can say that you can't train because inside
Mm-hmm.
your enclosed house, apartment, home, you have so many equipments, you have too much space where you can
Mm.
find time and do some indoor exercises. You can work with
Yeah.
your body weight. You can do push-ups, different variation and varieties of push-ups. They have a lot of that. You can do burpees, there's
Mm-hmm.
you can work on your core, you can work on your
Yeah.
legs with the low squats, low ankle squats. You can find a few items in the house like gas cylinders. Gas cylinders actually, they can work as weights. You can use them as weights. For me,
Mm.
I've been using I have water bottles, like the 5.5 liters water bottles. If I use four of them, they become like around 30 to 35 kilos of weights, and they really help me maintain my fitness. And for the cardio, because it's difficult to find space to jog and run, I make sure that all the workouts I do are so intense that it just, gets you going. So you cannot work out and then you work out lazy when you have a small space to do your things. So you have to make sure that the intensity is so high that even for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you achieve your objective of, working out every part of your body. And when you do this, there is another aspect of staying healthy with the diet, because right now we are doing absolutely nothing, just staying indoors and
Yeah.
sitting there
And
and feeding. So we need to increase our, consumption of vegetables. It's very important right now because most people, I know of most people, especially most ball players in Kenya, like kuku fry and chipo. That's not the way you want to go right now, because the body is a special thing. It will just take in your kuku fry and a chipo, and it sits there. 30 minutes of exercise, it's not gonna cut it. 30 minutes of
yeah.
exercise, after a couple of time, 2, 3 weeks, you'll be adding a kilo, 2 kilos, 3 kilos, and to cut that weight, it's really difficult. It's easy
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
you to to add fat, 1 kilo, 2 kilo, but to cut it, when we resume basketball, cutting that is going to be difficult, and it's going to cause you a lot of problems. You're going to go way down, way under your your level. So people have to eat a lot of vegetables. For me, I've cut down even my protein consumption right now. I'm more eating veggies, trying to increase our vitamins, vitamin C, zinc, in the body. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to make sure, as much as I'm cautious of the virus and I'm increasing my, my vitamin consumption, I'm also cautious that I don't add too much weight during this time, so that when time comes to go back to work, niko napata like difficulty to catch up with the guys. So
Yeah.
workout in the house is important, and staying healthy, eating healthy is also important. Yeah.
That is true. That is true. And I feel like your volume just went a little bit lower.
Oh,
Maybe the earphone or something.
let me check it. It's okay now.
I think it's I don't know. I don't know. Guys can tell me if maybe it's on my side only, but I feel like your volume went down a little bit, but it's okay. We'll just
Okay.
continue. I think everything will just be okay. But for me also, something else is guys should also drink a lot of water, especially for
Definitely.
us guys who are in sports. But I think even just anybody, but especially for us guys who are in sports, don't let your guard down. You understand? So drink a lot of water, work out. I have like 3 apps right now in my phone that I'm using. One is for total body workout, there's one for cardio, and there's one for abs. Okay, so I do this each and every morning, and it's about just keeping yourself just keeping yourself fit. So finding things you can do, and there are so many things you can do from home. If you just go on YouTube or even to the on Play Store, you'll find apps that show you how to work out from home, and they guide you, and you can even keep score and see your progress. So that is a very important point, man. You have to keep fit. I posted, I think, like twice, talking about how to keep our immune strong, and I'm just encouraging sportsmen, basketball players, to keep their immune strong. Gaining that weight is easy, but now removing it, man, shedding it off
Cutting it,
is
that's the
normally
problem.
is the big problem. It's a huge deal. So I think that is important. So guys, let's stay fit. I'd seen Tyler saying that Okal danganya tu watu. Kwanza anafaa kuwa live pia atuambie uko
Yeah.
kwao kukoaje, aje
Tyler,
kuongea.
Tyler
Deng
Ongwa.
Mayeng, thank you for joining us. Tyler, tell me if you want to come on, I'll add you. David Otiso, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Who else? Sami C11, thank you so much for. And Purity, thank you for joining us. Lindsay Atieno, thank you for joining us. Ashraf, thank you for joining us. MVP 11, thank you so much for joining us. Remember, guys, if you have something that you want to share, please let me know. And if you have any questions for us, please hit that question mark sign you see down there. Post your question and we'll be able to answer as many as possible in the time that we have. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is what do you miss mostly about the game?
I miss the the stupid things we do in practice. Me and my teammates, man. We had
Yeah.
a really special bond for between me and my guys, man. So I just miss the dumb things we used to do, man. Because games. When we play, that's a serious business. But in training, it's fun. It's we work out, and then at the same time, we do some funny things. So we make jokes and
Yeah.
everything. So I miss that, man. I miss that, and getting better every day. So for me, it's really becoming difficult, to deal with this whole situation. It has taken our way of life. Ball is life, and when it's taken away from
Yeah,
you,
man.
it becomes tough, man.
Mm.
Yeah.
That is true, man. That is true. For me, I like anybody who's played with me, anybody who's
Hmm.
worked out with me, knows that I enjoy training. I
Yeah.
love basketball, just working out, getting ready. I feel like if you respect the game enough, you will take some time to do some planned
Yeah.
training, some planned workout. If you really love the game, you want to show up at the game feeling fit, feeling ready to play. And I feel
For
like,
sure.
if that is not part of your life right now, it has been cut off. It is a huge deal. So for me, man, I miss working out. I even had a program, my own calendar. I'm like, I work out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Maybe I know that on these 3 days I do this each and every morning. So not being able to do that as I wanted, man. It's a big thing. It's a big deal. It's holding me back a little bit. That's what I really miss. And
Hmm.
also, just as you said, man, being around other basketball players,
Yeah.
laughing, joking, talking about basketball, what happened in the NBA, talking
Hmm.
about, something that happened during training, just laughing about it, and that connection, man, it's hard, but we pray. We
Yeah.
pray that
For now, it's
soon
good
we'll be able
for
to
us.
go back to the court and just hear that ball, man, bouncing on that basketball court. And yeah, it's hard,
Soon,
but
man.
we're praying and
It's
we know that it will come to pass. Now, another thing is, during this time, there's so
yeah.
much that you realize about yourself. You also realize about life. So I wanted to ask you, for example,
Hmm.
I have two questions. So the first one is, what have you learned about yourself during this time? Apart from kujezo kona za nyumba, what have you learned about yourself? And also, what do you appreciate more about the game of basketball right now that you're in quarantine?
uh, I think let me start with the last one. What
Mm-hmm.
I have realized that I appreciate the game of basketball is the way the game kept me away from so many things, so much negativity, so much, a lot of, there was a lot of things that the game actually was keeping me away from maintaining
Yeah.
my sanity, and developing me every day, not even like skill wise or whatever, but in life, you know, developing my way of life. The game is like a teacher of life. You learn how to associate with people, you learn how to speak to people, you meet different people, people with high tempers, people with you know, those who don't even talk, others talk a lot. So you learn how to be in an environment like that, how to listen to information, and how to, you know, how you relay information. You listen, you relay information. So the game has taught me a lot of that. So right now, like, it's kind of like the chain has been broken, and it's like the learning process has been broken, and I missed it because I'm a student, and I'm also a teacher. So when every day is a learning process, when I don't
Yeah.
get information, when I don't, you know, when I something that I'm used to is not there anymore, it becomes quite difficult for me to kind of move on from that situation. So you can find like that right now. My mind is like 3 weeks ago when they started this lockdown. You can find
Yeah.
that I'm still stuck in that situation right now. So I need somebody to ignite me and, like, you know, keep me going. So I've actually discovered a couple of things that I can do. Like I watch people watch movies. I watch movies once in a while, but I've been watching a lot of game film, a lot of games, you know, from people that I really admire, people I look up to. So I'm trying to study the game and see what I can do better next time. I'm trying to look at certain plays, you know, to see if I can break them down and things like that. And I also started writing about, you know, things that I've been thinking about during this time, and things that I've learned before. So I'm trying to pen them down, you know, one by one. Yesterday I shared one. I think as time goes by, I might be encouraged to keep on sharing these things, which I believe
Yeah.
is gonna, like, help a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
You know, there are a
Important.
couple of people who may need these things. So I've also realized that I'm cooking. I'm a better cook right now compared to uh, those other times. Yeah. So I'm making I'm making
You're a chef.
chapatis. I'm a chef now. I'm a chef doctor right now. I'm making good chapatis, and I made, yeah, I cooked fish like yesterday. Yesterday I cooked fish. I don't cook fish, and yesterday I made fish. I was like, and it was really good. So I'm realizing that that's also, I might open a restaurant outside Nyayo when I come back for people to come and eat my fish.
Will be your first customers.
Yeah.
And you know basketballers, man. If it
They
is
will
work,
come.
guys will be there like, Buda hapa na umetudanganya.
I
Buda,
know,
okay.
I know, man.
Jacob, make sure, make sure what you're cooking is real, man. Because for me, I'm a chef, but I won't talk about it. I won't talk about it. But if you open that restaurant, man,
Yeah.
make sure, man, it's good food.
Of course, it's good
It's,
food. I'll be cooking tea and hot water for the guys, so it will be good for them.
uh-huh.
I can mess with tea.
That is great, man. That is great. So many people, by the way. Funny thing, so many people I've seen are talking
Yeah.
about reading books and
Hmm.
cooking. Many people are talking about, nowadays I'm reading these books, or nowadays I'm cooking. And guys are even posting pictures online, like, today I cooked
Uh-huh.
this. And it's interesting. So, yeah, it's good that you discovered that you can cook. Now just continue
Yeah.
um, trying
Perfecting
more
your
dishes.
skills.
By the way, very interesting thing for me. I was brought up cooking. My mom was like, I know you are a man, but
Yeah.
you have to learn
You
how
have to
to
learn.
work. So I just grew up, like learning all these things. So I can say I know how to cook. I know
For
how to
sure.
cook, and it's important, man. Especially when, let me just give you a tip. Especially when you decide to, like, if you decide to start a family,
You have to
Some that
cook.
I've realized is that your partner might be tired, or
Uh-huh.
there might be something that really know how to cook. Maybe it might be that fish that they don't know how to cook. So right
Oh,
now it's like you're preparing. It's like you're practicing for that time. So when it comes, you'll be like, chill out. Daktari, the chef is here. Let me sort
yeah.
you out. You don't know what you're in for. The fish is coming your way. So chill
Ah,
out. So it is good. Keep doing
I'll
that.
be
Now, guys, if
definitely.
there's anything you're doing, if you're cooking, if you're eating, if you're reading, if you cook, of course, you'll eat. If you're
Hmm.
reading, please let us know in the comment section what you're doing, just to keep yourself going. For me, man, what I've learned about myself is, I feel like I was more of a robot. I was like,
Uh-huh.
I wake up in the morning, I have a morning routine. I wake up, pray, be thankful, meditate, work out, prepare a little bit, and then leave for work. Go to work, go through another routine, lunchtime, maybe eat, read a little bit. In the evening, go work out,
Hmm.
come back home. But right now that I have all this time, it has forced me to rethink what I really want in my life, and then also to like restructure how I spend my time, because now you have the full 24 hours. We are guys talking about you have the same hours as Oprah Winfrey, so
Hmm.
you should be able to you should do what you want. But it's normally tricky because maybe you're in a job, or maybe you're not really doing that thing that you want to do. But right
Yeah.
now, even though it's a crisis, the fact is we all have that 24 hours. And it's important, man, like to really structure your time, even though we're in a crisis, but make sure you're using your time well. We might lose some money, we might lose some other things, but if there's something that is constant and you never find it again, is this time that you have. So during this crisis, after the crisis, what will
Hmm.
you say? What will you say that you've learned? What will be new about you? So I can challenge guys to ask themselves, what new skill or what kind of person do I want to be after we overcome this crisis? What do I want to learn about myself? What is the new thing I want to learn? Who do I want to talk to? Who do I want to connect with? Because even right now, so many people are online. You can
Hmm.
even create a group of guys online, and you maybe share something that you're passionate about. For example, even like for you, maybe if you're cooking, if there's somebody like that, a guy who's just started cooking, you can even create a group and you're like, guys, we'll be sharing what we cook each
For
and every
sure.
day, and you can just talk about it, just something to keep you going. But don't
Yeah.
remain the same guy, the same lady after this period is over. Challenge yourself to, like learn something, be somebody different. You have the time. Another thing is, man, let's pray. You know, if you believe in, if you believe in God, if you call him Jah, if you are a Muslim, if you call him the universe, whatever, spend more time with your God. Like pray, meditate, and have that connection. I feel like the more you get closer to the source of God, the more you
Hmm.
get closer to yourself. So this is time to really like connect with yourself, so that by the end of this, man, you'll be a different person because you know who you really are. And there's so many videos online. There are books online also. You can just read it too, just to get that connection with yourself, because we are supernatural beings. That is true, and I believe it totally. But you really have to
Hmm.
work towards that
Yeah.
connection, that place. You really have to work towards that. There's a pastor who said that
Yeah.
um, he said something. Faith, faith is not. He said something around faith. He said, faith is not like you cannot fake your way to faith. You understand? So
Yeah.
before you say that, I pray every day, you must have faith first to pray.
For sure.
You understand?
You have to be a
So
believer.
at this moment, I would encourage people to connect with their faith. I think that is a better term. Connect with your faith, so that by the time you're praying, by the time you are talking about what you want to manifest in your life, you are actually coming from a place of real grounded faith.
Mhm.
Now, today we are not going to spend so much time online, but I wanted you maybe to share maybe one or two things that you can advise, because I've seen you sharing it online, but maybe you can
Yeah.
share one or two things that we as basketball players can do to stay safe from this coronavirus, because we know ourselves better as basketball players,
Okay.
as sportsmen. So maybe you can share one or two things.
I will tell guys that, as the virus is continuing to, shake up our normal way of life a little bit, we need to, get closer to your family, to your friends, to your
Mhm.
loved ones. Get closer to your people. Get to know them better, because you have a lot of time right now. You have a lot of free
Mhm.
time, uh, and you can use it positively, or you can let this time just go by and waste it. And, as ball players, we don't want to, as you have said, we'll never recover this time. So use this time to get closer to your people, get to know, those people you don't even talk to, get to listen to them, talk to them. It will be so much helpful for you when the virus is over. And you never know
Mhm.
what tomorrow will bring. Maybe another pandemic
Mhm.
will come, maybe something will happen, but you can prepare for that situation right now by,
Yeah.
getting to spread the love, spread the love. And when you're giving, so much will be given to you. So it's important to do that right now. And it's also important for your mental well-being, for emotional well-being, and even physically and spiritually. It's really important when you do that. And also, as I said yesterday, the days will get better. Tomorrow will not be the
Mhm.
same as today. Tomorrow might be worse, but
Yeah.
definitely there's gonna be something better tomorrow that wasn't good today. So as the days get better, as the guys and the people keep on battling the virus, I know in a couple of weeks, months, things are gonna go back to normal. Things are gonna be better.
Mhm.
So you cannot let this time, you cannot let this time end. They have given you time to rethink
Yeah.
certain
Mhm.
things about yourself and just sit
Yeah.
there, and so you cannot let this time just go by and you remain at the same level. You cannot do that,
Yeah.
man. You have to make sure that when this time ends, you also have to be better. If times are gonna get better, you also have to be better, because you cannot let
Yeah.
time go by and you remain at the same level. If you're remaining at the same level, then you have no purpose. You have no purpose, being here. So you have to improve at a certain aspect of your life. If it's social, your social part of life, improve on that. If you're discovering new things, you're becoming innovative, and and you find out you have some things you can do that can help you financially,
Yeah.
or maybe you wanted to start a business, this is the time you
Mhm.
think about it. So when this time comes to an end, you can put those structures down and you start something that will help you financially. So socially, financially, politically, education, things like that, you have to make sure that when we beat Corona,
Mhm.
also make sure that the things that were pulling you down in life, you beat those things by improving. We have to be plus one when Corona ends,
Mhm.
because there's no way that Corona is kicking our ass right now, and when it's
Mhm.
over, life starts kicking your ass again. You have to come out of this thing stronger. So we need guys to
Yeah.
be really, really mentally strong, mental fitness, emotional fitness, fitness.
Mhm.
And when we're done with Corona, we're gonna come out of this thing as survivors.
Stronger.
So we have to survive this thing. Be your brother's keeper. Check on your people every day is important, because you don't know what people are going through. Yesterday, I sent a message to one of my friends. He lost his aunt yesterday, so I sent a message, and I told him, "Yo, I sent my condolences, And when he got the message, after hours, he sent a message to me and told me, "What are you talking about?" So I was like, "You haven't heard?" And then he was like, "No, I've been off for 3 days." So I was like, "Damn,
Mm,
I'm sorry to be the first
mm.
one to tell you this, but your aunt passed away." And they buried her immediately because it was a
Yeah,
serious
because of the
issue. So yeah, because of the virus. So he was shocked and he was like, he didn't know, and he's just in the same country, and he had no idea
Mhm.
that he has lost a family member. So I believe we need to check on our people. Make a phone call once in a while. You can say
Yeah.
you have 7 days in a week. On Monday, I'm gonna call this guy. On Tuesday, I'm gonna call this guy. And if you keep on with that trend, you realize in the coming week people will also be calling you. So if on Monday I'm calling these guys, if I call 7 guys in a week, the next week I'm gonna have maybe 5 or 4 people calling me, and me, I'll be making 7 more calls. So you'll have how
Mhm.
many? 11 conversations with different
It
people,
is.
which is very important to you. And
Mhm.
this 11 conversation, definitely you're gonna pick up something important from them. So I really encourage my guys. As we know, ball is our life, but let us also
Yeah.
look at the other part of life, because there is life after basketball, and this time
Yeah.
is really testing us to like see what can we do if we don't have basketball. So now
Basketball.
think of
That
yeah,
is true. That
think about think about these things. What can you do if you don't have basketball? Now this
basketball. Yes.
should be our biggest question and our biggest, issue as ball players right now. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true, man. That is true. That is very deep. Let me call it that way.
Yeah.
What can you do with your teammates or with your friends, with your family, if
Hmm.
basketball is not there, especially with guys who are in sports? Like if
Yeah.
we put sport aside, is there anything we can talk about? Is there anything we can, discuss? So that is a really valid point. And I love that idea
Sure.
of, calling or text. I think that is really good, because it's like whatever you do or whatever you give comes back to you a hundredfold. So it's
Yeah.
like if you're confirming how our guys are doing, like your friend right now, he'll never forget that. And
Yeah.
remember, during the coronavirus,
Hmm.
my friend, not even my family member, told me about the tragedy that had just happened. He'll never forget that. You
For
understand?
sure.
And
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be rooting for you. Like, if there's something that you need even in the future, he'll remember what this guy did for me during the
Yeah.
crisis, just because you took that step to check up on him. You understand? Just to, like, tell him, I'm so sorry for what happened and all
Yeah.
this. Now you've created like a space, you've occupied like a space in his mind of a guy who cares about me. You understand? So I feel like that point is really
Yeah.
important, and also um, asking ourselves that important question: what do we do if
Yeah.
we don't have basketball? No, because
If we
basketball
don't have the game.
is connecting us. So what do we do if you don't have that? And I think this is a
Yeah.
great time, even as teams, by the way, to even form groups and discuss about their challenges, what they can do better, even if we don't play the season and maybe play next season, even if you
Hmm.
don't, but this is a great time to discuss and even have improvements on what you can
Yeah.
do, just make the team better, share ideas. If there are some disputes, sort them out. So what you said there, man, is really,
Yeah.
really important and very true. And I support it
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So as we come to the end of this live session, let me just big up some people. First of all,
Yeah.
I can see here we have KK Brandon. Thank you so much for joining us. I see somebody else here. Kev, I see you, my friend. That's a very good friend of mine. Tunafaa kuongea kwanza wewe. Sasa hivi we are available. So I think we can talk after this. We can have our own video call. We have Basil Gilbert. Thank you for joining us.
Hmm.
We have Naha Sukaha. I think that is how it is read. Thank you for joining us. Frankline, thank you so much for joining us. Ruben, Thank you so much for joining us. And Roy, thank you for joining us. ICP34, Adhiambo, Kami 682, Victor
Hey,
Mwangi.
shout out to her. Shout out to her. She's my
Ah, nice, nice, nice.
very good friend of mine. Watching from Dallas.
Nice, 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 nice. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Frank Owea, Jicho the dog. What? Simko na majina. Hey. Yes. Cheryl, Danalyn, Ham, Jaiz. Where? Slow-mo. Thank you for I don't even slow-mo that I know from Uganda, but thank you for joining us. Rachel Oningo, that is my childhood friend. Thank you so much for joining us, man. Abdullah Dry, man. Thank you for joining us. Coach Olude. Coach Olude is here, man.
Stars.
Yes, Stars Basketball Camp, man. Thank you for joining us.
Salamu kwake.
Mr. Stars, if you have anything to say before we close, man, let me know. I can have you on. Wanja D, thank you for joining us. Sika, thank you for joining us. Luke, Ian, Abra, thank you. Mukuri Lynette, thank you so much, Mukuri. That is a very good friend of mine. We're in the same team a while back.
Shout out to her too.
Yes. We have Miss Lynn Joyce, thank you for joining us. Rachel Cristiano.
Shout out to Miss Lynn and Cristiano. Hey, Miss Lynn, I'm still waiting for my mask. Send me a mask from Kenya, N95. And Rachel Cristiano, a good friend of mine, hard-working ball player right there. Shout out.
Man, hard working. I'll have her on one day also on the show, man, because she's working. She's just a great soul, a great basketball player. Thank you so much. I can see Lee Okal, big. Do you know this guy? _ Lee 10. Do you know him?
What is he saying? Of course,
just saying,
Okal, I know him, man. I know him. Yeah, tell him one love. Appreciate. Stay safe over there.
Yes. Sandy, thank you so much for joining in. Yaha, Teddy, thank you so
friend.
Yes. And Wesh, thanks so much for joining. And Wesh is a good lady also, great basketball player, loves the game.
Yeah.
Ruth, thanks so much, man. I think I've big up like everybody who joined. Miss Lena sent you do you see the mask?
Oh. It's all about staying safe.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, Miss Lynn. Thank you so much. Now, let me see if we can have Mr. Okay, he has not commented. I think maybe I'll just have a different session with him. Mr. Stars is my coach. Yeah. He has been Kenya 1 for the longest time, man. A great basketball player. We just don't call him Stars for no reason. In fact, I'm going to interview him and I'm going to have a session with him, man. So, for everybody who tuned in, for everybody who will be watching this video later on, thank you so much for taking your time to spend with us. Remember, guys, stay home, stay safe.
Stay safe.
You understand? Yeah, man. Stay clean, stay 1 meter away so that you can beat this coronavirus and you can be able to meet once again as basketball players, as sportsmen, and you can continue doing what we love. So remember, guys, I'll be doing this today. I was supposed to do it yesterday. I normally post videos every Thursday. So next Thursday, I'll be doing it each and every Thursday. I'm going to download this video because it's going to be live only on Instagram for the next 24 hours. So I'm going to download it and I'm going to put it on my story. You can watch it later on. And I'm also going to put it on my YouTube. Okay?
All right.
Other than that, people, remember, before I finish, man, let me just say, Okal, man, thank you so much for taking your time to spend with us. You're the first person who came to my mind. I was like, let me look for Okal. I know if it's something that is good for the game, I know he'll be present. Yeah. I've been seeing what you're doing live, really supporting me also on live. Like, I have to bring Okal on. So, man, thank you so much. And we'll be doing more of this. And as I close, man, Yes, yes. As we close, let me just say, guys, love your life because that is the only life you have. Okay, live
Yeah.
fully because this is the only time you have. So spend it wisely. Do everything that you can do right now so that you can rest in peace. Okay, and create a legacy. And remember that if you leave it, you leave it. So the kind of life you live is the kind of legacy you leave behind. Okay. Other than that, people, thanks so much. Okal, thank you so much. Till next week, guys. Your boy Collins Diambo and Mr. Okal. Peace.
Peace, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
bro.